I am not a good person. I want to state that very clearly. I don't want to pretend that I am. I'm hardly a person. I mean, I have this physical form, but like all of us, I am a vibrational being. And people don't come in categories. There are no good people and bad people. There are just beings being. All of it is self. All of it is natural. All of it is a part of the divine plan. And I believe that. And I don't, while I am aware that the ego in me absolutely exists and absolutely judges and has put people in these categories before and has condemned, that all of that is just judgment of self, because all that exists ultimately is myself. I have done everything from murder to be murdered. All the things I have hated, I've been before, and all the things that I've loved. I am all those things. It has been expressed to me, and I acknowledge that in this moment there is absolutely reaction taking place. I was holding non-reactive space intentionally to allow self to be. It's been expressed to me that I am not an accurate representation of myself in these videos. And of course, how could I be? Ultimately, these are just a snapshot. When something comes out, it comes out. My ex-partner is in a place of deep hurt. And she is feeling very deeply wounded by me. It is my perception, my belief, my understanding that we do not have the capacity to harm one another. Anything that is perceived as threat, that is perceived as harm, is an illusion. All the way to the point of physical destruction of the form, because the form itself, while very tangible in its appearance, is not the basis of self. It's not the basis of existence. It is a part of this dream, a very beautiful part of this very beautiful dream. But I do not believe that we have the ability to harm anything that is real. Nothing real can be threatened. Still, I allow and accept that certainly it's been my perception in the past, in identification with mind and ego, which will say, I have been hurt, I have been wounded, you have wounded me, and therefore you are bad. And your lack of apology or your seeming lack of response is only further indicative of your badness. And this has been expressed to me, and I don't know how to make these expressions more authentic than they are. If this is not an accurate representation of myself, then I am many things. I am never one thing, and I certainly am not going to proclaim that I am good in a way that paints others as bad. Everything is good. Everyone is good because it is. That's it. It is, and therefore it's wonderful. In every iteration, in every version. order and in chaos. All is well and all is right and all are worthy. But it's not about demanding respect from others. It's about simply acknowledging it in yourself. It's been expressed to me that I, in my behavior, am monstrous and evil and cruel and cold because I do not care. Because I do not care. Because I am not responding with placation, with apology, because I am not apologizing. I am wicked. Here's what has happened, and I will state it plainly. There are 2 beds in the house in which I live. The house which was purchased by my ex-partner. She paid for it. We were to live there together. We did. We have. We had lived together in other places for a long time. And I don't want to rehash. I don't want to build a case for myself or against someone else. I don't want it to be about the context. I'll just state it as it is. There are 2 beds. One was a bed that she also bought and that we slept in together for many years. The other bed she paid for as well. I bought the frame. She bought the mattress. It's a small pull-out bed. It was for guests. When we broke up, I started sleeping on it because it was in a different room. And I wasn't comfortable sleeping in the primary room that we had lived in. That went on for some time. There is an urge and ego to express that it paid for things too, but that is not relevant. That's paltry. And let it be what it is. She paid for the bed. She paid for the house. We share the mortgage. I pay half the rent, I pay the bills, I pay the HOA. For quite some time, we had talked about renting out the main bedroom, renting out the smaller bedrooms, and my understanding was that other people could use that bed. If someone wanted the main bedroom and they wanted the bed, then they could have it. And if I wanted the main bedroom and that bed, then I could have it and sleep in it. Now, I've been seeing someone for the past several months, and my ex-partner and I have been broken up for a year and a half, more than that. And this person that I am seeing has stayed the night. And at first she was staying in the smaller bed, the one that I had been sleeping on. But it is a very rigid bed with a thin mattress and wooden planks. And I was aware that she was not comfortable there, and that I myself was becoming uncomfortable just on that bed and on that mattress itself. So I said, let's sleep on the other bed. And for one night a week, for a number of weeks, we've done that. And we've done other things in that bed. And so let that be judged as it may. I am not here to represent myself as anything in particular. I wish to speak the truth. And I did not feel and do not feel bad about that. And when my ex came back, unannounced, and found out that that had been happening, She was very upset. She continues to be upset. I do not blame her. I don't blame her for anything that she feels. Her feeling is allowed. And she has expressed to me that I am so disrespectful that she is trying to respect me, but she's not sure that I deserve it. And that she doesn't know what she did to deserve these actions that are so cold and disgusting. And I want that all to simply be represented. Clearly, unobstructed, without my trying to change or color it over in any certain light. And here's another truth. She said, I'm going to ask you not to sleep on my bed. And I didn't want to lie to her because I didn't have any intention of doing that, because the other bed simply is not functional for two people to sleep on comfortably. And I don't intend to stay in this house for very much longer. I do desire to leave as quickly as I might, but also I don't want to leave her with the entire payment. I would like for it to be rented out. I don't want to do that. That's not my desire. But I expressed the other bed is not terribly comfortable to be sleeping on, and that it used to be for me and now it is not. And I didn't want to lie and tell her that I wouldn't sleep on that bed, potentially with my partner. And so again, if that makes me wicked and monstrous and cruel, then that be what it is. I accept that. I accept that. I'm not trying to defend myself or my actions or my desires. So maybe I leave it at that. That I am simply this, perhaps. Not a good person. I just am. And I don't think anyone is a bad person. I think we just are. But if I am cruel, then let it be known.